Chef, you know, one of the most versatile birds besides a chicken is a quail.
Oh,
You can almost
definitely.
do anything with quail. What is one of
absolutely.
your favorites?
Well, many years ago, I was doing a book called Plantation Celebrations. And I found this old plantation house outside of Ponchatoula, and it was called the Bottolfs Plantation Home. I had never heard of it, but I meandered into the driveway that day with my crew, and as we always do, knock on the door. They're either going to shoot us or they're going to feed us, you know. So I went in and I said, look, somebody was telling me that the Bottolfs family had this great quail recipe, and I'm doing a search on recipes from different areas of Louisiana, and y'all name came up a couple of times about this quail recipe, and I said, I didn't know if you'd be interested in sharing it with me. I'm doing a cookbook. I'd give you all the credit and everything else. And they said, oh yeah, we'd love to do it. But what I'm going to do here, fact is, I'm going to let you stir this. What I do, again, I love to use some of the flavored sausages in some of my stuffings, most of my game stuffings. You see me do that often, where I'll use the Italian sausages or the onion sausages. And there's so many great sausages available in the stores. Why just throw ground meat in? Just go ahead and get some of those good flavors. At the same time, I'm going to put a little bit of butter in there. You don't mind, huh?
No.
Oh,
butter is good. Butter is good.
Butter's good and quail are great. So when those two things go together, you know what you have. Now in your skillet, I've browned the sausage, and I just kind of rendered that fat that has all of that great flavor in it. The butter's going to add the creaminess to it. And of course, again, onion, celery right here, bell peppers. I always like to put color. Put color in your food, guys. That people eat with their eyes first. And then, of course, that wonderful garlic, right? The more garlic, the better. Make you live longer. You know what I mean, Don?
That's what I hear.
Okay, so again, we're making a great stuffing. Now I'm gonna put a little herbs in here, a little basil, a little thyme. Of course, you know, you can just put your normal green onions and parsley. That's gonna be just as good right there. And now we will just continue to simmer that and let all of those flavors come together. In fact, Don, you can put one ladle of that nice stock. And again, you can buy all kind of stocks in the store today, the beef stocks, the chicken stocks, even game stocks are coming into the store now. So don't just use water, just keep some of those in the skillet. Now while you're stirring that, let's take a look at the quail for a minute. Nice bird, nice breast. Take a look at that, how beautiful that breast is. One of the top dishes in my restaurant is Death by Gumbo, which is stuffed quails, and people love it, and I think most people come to the restaurant comes because of that quail dish. The good thing about that recipe is it was one of the first times that the bird was actually brine. There was a nice brine that went into it as well. And the cooked seasonings that went inside the bird, stuffed the little legs really properly tied, made a beautiful plate presentation on the dish. And when this starts to break down really good, I'm going to add some cooked rice to it. So, you know, that could just be your rice dressing on the side of anything, but instead, that's going to be the stuffing for the quail. So you see, you have a classic rice dressing. Once that's done, I cool it, and then I'll put it in one of these pastry bags because this makes it real easy. You see the texture of it when it's coming out of there. You see, that's all of the stuff that's just.
Oh boy, you're giving away all your secrets.
Oh yeah, hey, look, I love to give secrets. Now I'm going to just go into the center of the bird like this. Let me open that bird up a little bit. So I can get down in there. How you coming? Good?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Good on the
I'm
stern.
gonna let you take this bag.
All right.
And guys, just open up the little cavity here. The birds are seasoned really well. Stick it down in there and just fill it up again. Push it hard until it starts to come out of that bird. And what's going to happen? Two things. Not only are you going to fill up the bird with additional protein, but at the same time, they go just like that. See, it's starting to come out.
25 psi. Is that what
That's
we're doing?
exactly right. But look how it sets that quail up. I would tie the little legs like. After it was all over with, we did get in a little spat over there because the lady said that we didn't clean her kitchen enough. Now, of course, they moved out of town and they're gone, so I can talk about it now. I made the quail bottolf famous, that nice stuffed, beautiful quail dish sitting in that nice little bowl. But boy, I tell you what, I had to pay heavy for it because we didn't clean the kitchen well enough.
Notoriety brought to Ponchatoula besides their strawberries.
Well, it taught me a good lesson, clean behind myself. Now, once it's done, I'm going to go into a roasting pan with them, a little butter, a little oil, just kind of brown them off
So
nicely.
where are we at now, Chef?
All right, well, you just finished. You did a great job on that stuffing right there. And I want you to see the quail now. Now, the reason I didn't show you how to get to this point, you can roast them, you can grill them, You can pot roast them. You can put them on a spit in front of the fireplace if you have one of those clock wound rotisseries, which a lot of people are getting nowadays. Look them up. Spit Jack, I think, sells them. And you can put your birds in front of the fireplace or at the camp. And I just tie the legs, and of course the stuffing fills it up real nice. By the way, this recipe, stuffed quail Bottolfs, came from the Bottolf Manor House over in Ponchatoula.
Quail's underutilized. Not enough people eat quail.
I think it's one of the best little dishes in the world. It's elegant. It was always served on the table of the kings. It was always served at the White House by most of the presidents. It's the perfect size. The meat is not gamey at all, but yet it is game.
Just got to clean up after yourself when you finish.
Yeah, otherwise you make game of it, I don't do that anymore. I'm sorry, Bottolfs,